Yeah, can we just be comfortable like this?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just sit back, relax,
Yeah.
chillax?
Yeah. I was relaxing the whole time.
Mm. Welcome back to the Umuco YouTube channel.
With Alex and Dydine.
Yeah. On this channel, we talk about great books that we read. We
Yes.
talk about cultures. We talk about our podcast.
Yes.
And we talk about just spreading love, spreading positivity.
Pity, happiness.
Yeah, happiness.
Everything. Health, wealth,
And happiness.
happiness.
Yeah.
Everything happiness.
Uh-huh.
Subscribe below for more of our videos.
Yeah, please like and subscribe to the video. It
And
does help
comment,
the
come
channel
on.
out a lot. And comment down below. That would be
Yes.
great. We'll get back to you with any comments and or questions you may have.
Yes. Yeah.
But
we're
today,
new to this.
well, yeah.
We're not new, but we're like not great at this. You know, we've been doing it on and off, but we finally. But it's the truth.
I was going to start the intro.
Okay, that's good, but keep that in. That whole thing, this whole moment.
Okay.
Subscribe.
But today we wanted to talk a little bit about happiness. We wanted to talk about happiness and kind of inviting it into your life, welcoming happiness into your life. I had an epiphany the other day that I perhaps was not the most gracious child. I didn't have a lot of gratitude for what I had. I did take a lot of things for granted. I was spoiled. I was a very spoiled kid.
You're the last born, right?
Yeah, I'm second born. I'm the youngest.
Second last born.
Yeah, I'm the baby of the family.
Spoiled.
Definitely spoiled. Definitely spoiled. And I can admit that, but it's just
Yeah.
like I realized, especially in this time,
Yeah.
you know, still in the pandemic, and growing up and just looking at things for what they are, it occurred to me that maybe I could be a little happier. Maybe I could choose.
You are a happy person.
No, I am a happy person.
Yeah.
I am a happy person. But you can feel yourself getting in your own way.
Yes.
You know.
So we all do.
And
yeah.
For me, I realized that the getting in my own way was my own darkness, because we all have darkness. We all have,
Yes,
you know,
we all
these,
do. Yeah.
you know, challenging aspects of our past and personality. But I didn't even think that it was as obtrusive as it was, because it got to the point where it was like I want to be happy. I tell myself I want these things. I want X, Y, Z, but these things, like the habits that I had formed over the course of my life, sort of prevented me from getting to that next level.
I know, we all do.
And we all do that, I guess, in certain.
Yeah, we all been there at some point. Oh, we are there.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just like, it's so hard to even recognize that's where we are.
It is. It took me by surprise.
Was it because of this book?
Yeah. So I'm reading Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, this is the actual cover.
Another Texas boy. And I'm reading this book, and really good book. He did press for it, I guess, a year ago at this point, but I'm a little late to the party. But it's really, really good, and I relate to it.
I haven't read it, so I'm like really excited.
You have not read it
to learn what you've read.
Yes. So he's a Texas boy, you know, and turned actor. You know, he was going to be a lawyer when he was a kid. Then he changed his mind throughout college. He's like, actually, I want to be a filmmaker. And I kind of relate to that as well, except I was leaning towards sports, you know, and then I was like, you know, I think I want to do acting. I want to do more filmmaking. And, you know, reading his story and, you know, listening or, you know, understanding how he spoke with his family and kind of his community, it's not so different from how I kind of grew up. Because Texas kind of has a certain flavor to it, whether you're from East Texas, West Texas, you know, the South, San Antonio, all these different places in Texas. It all kind of feels the same, you know, and we kind of have a particular way of interacting with one another. And so reading this book, I'm like, you know, I relate to that.
What is one example that you read and you're like, I remember that?
It's the tomfoolery. I would say.
What's that?
Tomfoolery is the what do you call it? The mischievousness. But not, I mean, mischievousness in every state. It's just the Texas brand. So he had talked about mudding.
Yeah.
Mudding. And I know it's not specifically a Texas thing, but mudding is when you take a vehicle, whether it's like your car, a Jeep, or like some ATV vehicle, and you go and ride in the mud. And you do all these you start drifting in the mud. It's really fun. You get really dirty with all this mud on you. And I did that at
You've done it.
Well, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school, and I was kind of getting my feet wet into the high school realm. And after band practice, not very commonly known, I was in band for like 4 years, marching band and, a concert band playing the trumpet because of my brother. So this guy who was a senior in high school when I was a freshman, he's like, let's go mudding. Because he kind of like took me under his wing a little bit. We both played trumpet. We're both in the band, Yeah. So anyway, after school, he took me mudding, and that was my first experience.
We mudded in the rain.
Yeah.
We had a little rain and everywhere was mud. So you'd just be playing,
so you
dancing,
just be running around.
Just dancing and running in the rain. And the parents would be really mad at you because you get sick afterwards.
Oh, sick.
But malaria.
That's serious stuff. I was not malaria. Okay, well, yeah, we may have caught a cold or like, gee willikers, Batman.
Yeah.
While reading this book and kind of reliving a lot of my older memories of being in Texas, a couple of things dawned on me.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like to compare myself to anybody. I don't like to try to be like somebody else when I'm myself. It's taken me a long time to own myself. I don't want to be anybody else. Yeah. But it's not to say that you can't, emulate certain traits or certain things that other people do. But I also learned to embrace where I am from, to embrace my roots in Texas.
It's important.
For the longest time, I think there's a part of me that's kind of been in denial about me being from Texas, being a Dallas boy.
Why?
It's not because I'm ashamed of Dallas in any way, shape, or form. I think it's more of like, I don't want to be categorized into like a box.
Identified, yeah.
I don't want to be identified specifically as a Texas boy. There's nothing wrong with it, of course.
A cowboy.
Not even like cowboy. I mean, anybody who knows me
I
knows they wouldn't.
I always thought a Texan person, guy especially, cowboys and cowgirls. When I was still in Rwanda, that was ignorant.
Of course not. Of course, there are cow people, cowboys, cowgirls,
cowgirls.
Yeah, there are those.
I was so excited when I went to Texas. I thought I was gonna see a lot of. I saw nothing.
They're there. You just have to know where to look, I guess.
I know. I thought
everybody's going to be like riding horses in the middle of the street. But there is a charm to Texas that I'm sure you noticed as you went.
Yeah.
And that I had been neglecting, especially since the time I've been in Los Angeles. Like, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But McConaughey... This man right here, McConaughey, hey.
Yeah.
And again, and this is even before we get into the acting stuff, where he decides to go into the film industry. He kind of helps me remind myself to, remember who I am.
Remember who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was a very important lesson. And through that, I know I'm rambling, but stay with me, please.
No, I am having so much fun.
Okay. So through that, the epiphany came like he had such a matter-of-fact way of moving through life. You know what I mean? Like there was not much second guessing based off of what I'm reading in the book. There's not much second guessing about who he is as a person, but kind of wrapping that all together with that choosing happiness.
Yes.
This book is called Greenlights, meaning, it's creating more green lights in your life, not red lights where you have to stop. Not yellow lights, you kind of have to be cautious, but green lights. Giving
yourself permission.
Giving yourself permission to move forward in life and embrace the happiness and just accept what is and just keep it moving. It's really kind of opening my eyes again to just being myself.
And be happy. And choose to be happy.
Right.
I think it's an important reminder for all of us to choose to be happy no matter what.
Yeah, right.
Because that's something we have power over. Because things happen, horrible things happen in life, in the world, in the surroundings. But the way we respond to it, that's the most important.
Yep.
So when you choose to be happy, those things that are happening around us, they don't take much of our energy. We keep moving.
You gotta just keep on moving.
Yeah, you keep on moving. It probably a lot of us have done that without noticing that's what we're doing. But it's the best practice when you say, okay, you know what? This happened, but I'm alive.
Yeah. Live your legacy now. I haven't got to that part in the book, so
Live your legacy now.
Yeah, well,
this is something people forget, but I think this is I like that he put this in.
Yeah.
Live your legacy now. Like we forget that every decision we're making now, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
It might be a good legacy or bad legacy. We just have to choose.
Yep.
So I think that's like an important. I know you haven't got there, but I just saw it. I was like, wow. But that's something that could really to carry ourselves with whatever how we carry ourselves throughout the day, throughout time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the legacy we are leaving on this planet, because that's what we read in the books. That's the lives of other people that lived before us. They were like us, you know. And some of them probably didn't even think they were making history as they were, you know, living their life.
Yeah.
And just remembering that, I think it helps you also to choose happiness, because you don't want to look back all the time. It's like, oh my God, I was miserable. Oh my God, I was so not happy, or you know.
I don't remember where he learned it exactly, but he talks about leaving your mark anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And I think, how does he put it? It's something regarding yeah, he says something like wet sticks or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know where his mind went or who told him this, but it was like, okay, it makes sense. But if you're dry dookie, then nobody knows you're there. You know what I mean?
Wait, when you what?
When you're dry dookie.
What's
like
that?
dry
Dry okay.
Yeah, you don't smell it, you don't know it's there until, whatever.
Like the cat
Or yes. Now, it's not maybe the greatest example.
That's horrible.
Or metaphor.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is let people know you're there.
Yes.
And leave your mark.
Leave your mark. The smelling good type of mark.
Yes. Preferably.
Leave some like flowers. Or, you know, like roses.
Lavender.
The scent of lavender or
fresh
jasmine.
linen. Yes.
Yes, not
No, not but
yeah.
the point is still there in that it's
Yeah.
just like, just keep it simple. Life is, and I think we said this in like 3 or 4 videos at this point.
Yeah.
It's so easy to forget to keep things simple or get caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Every moment has the capacity to take you with it.
Yeah.
And then, and then you're gone for like 2 months and you're like, where have I been? What's life been looking like for me? And then you look back, oh, I'm miserable right now. Why am I so miserable? Yeah. It's really, I would encourage reading this book to anybody who has any sort of inkling to just remember. You don't have to want to be an actor. You don't even have to like Matthew McConaughey, but it's just a good reminder to just take a step back from life and enjoy it.
One thing I heard about him, because I wasn't familiar with him until I got here, and there's something I heard about him. I think it was one of the interviews he's done, and he talked about the way his career in the Hollywood it was going. He was going into these romantic drama, romantic comedy drama stuff, and he had done like so many movies in that, and that was not what he wanted to do. He wanted to do these other action and independent movies, and he found himself in that world of. He found himself being booked in that world of romantic comedy.
Yeah, right.
And he took time off. He chose to stop until...
He does it a couple times, actually.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
amazing. And the lessons that he learns in those breaks where he takes the time off and he sort of reassesses what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
Like, that's incredible that he does that. It's like, oh, no, this is not where I want to go.
Yep.
Let me take time off. And then he comes back brand new, the person he wants to be. And it's okay sometimes to find ourselves doing the things that we didn't want to do, and then just noticing it and recognizing it, and then taking the time to take a new journey.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We live once. Just do. I mean, even if we live multiple times, this is the only one you remember. So just... just
do your thing.
Just do you.
Just do you.
Make sure you're not hurting nobody.
So anyway, not to ramble on too long, it's just a good reminder, I think, in life. Just take a step back and choose your happiness. Choose happiness, and
yeah.
it's not so.
Choose happiness.
It's not so bad when you do that.
Yeah, even when things look hard, they seem hard. Think about the most beautiful things you want in life and smile at them.
Yeah.
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed our conversation, and we'll see you soon with more fun stuff.
More fun stuff.
We can learn together, have fun together.
Yep.
With the Umuco channel.
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Oh man. Okay, bye.
It's hot in this room. Bye.
It's not, is it?
I'm a little hot, I'm a little heated, a little warm.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.